Nice fireworks show they have here before kickoff, too.
Great fireworks show. I was scared for the open. It was cloudy behind us, Jack.
And Luke's elects to let this one fly right on over his head. So Bailey, a couple of guys that have been roommates ever since they arrived on campus. And the first carry of the game, it goes to Luke's, and he is swallowed up in the backfield. That's Gabe Akis. Flip it out to Bailey, and Bailey tries to gain that edge, unable to do so, fighting just to get back to the line of scrimmage. That's Sept Coleman, the team captain. +7 turnover margin for Illinois, tied for the best in the country. And they're setting up a 3rd and 11, and we have movement and a flag out before the snap.
Full start. Offense, number 8. 5-yard penalty. Still 3rd down.
Man in motion is Chris Parker. Bring him across the formation. Now Labus scans, pressure in his face immediately, and he ends up on his backside. That's Seth Coleman who is forcing the pressure. So Coleman makes the stop on the prior down and comes back. David Chippewas on to punt, and it's Hank Beatty who is back deep. In Illinois, they had a muffed punt a week ago, so a change at punt returner, and Beatty has some space as he brings it out across the 40-yard line. The coach did mention that he liked, if you're going to muff the punt, at least have the hustle to go get on it and turn it into a touchback. Wound up really being a big play. Caden Fagan starts the game at tailback. Open it up with a pass, swing it to the outside, and this is Franklin. Bring Colin Dixon across the formation. Altmyer, flip it out. Caden Fagan, all 250 pounds on him, stopped up just shy of the mark to gain. It'll bring up a 3rd and short for Illinois.
Yeah, big Caden Fagan right there. You want to get his shoulders going downhill as he tries to beat up the defense. He's a big running back, gets a lot of comparisons to Derrick Henry in the National Football League. To me, he looks like a young Jerome Bettis. He's just a big, thick guy. Hopefully he can get going today.
And running back injuries, that was an issue for Illinois last year. Lost 4 of their top 5 running backs for a significant amount of time. Happy to have their best back now. 3rd and short, hands it off straight up the middle, and Fagan this time with the push, and the sticks will move.
Was there any doubt who was getting the football right there, Jack? Yeah, his position flexibility unlocks this defense, Jack.
Altmyer pressured, steps up, trying to keep his eyes downfield, and down he will go. That is Fernando Sanchez III, dropping him for a sack and a loss of 5.
It's a good play by Sanchez III right there. Again, first, keeping his outside arm free, maintaining the integrity of the pocket, and then having his counter move as he went against the tackle and takes Luke Altmyer down to the ground. That's a good pass rush right there.
And Altmyer, plenty of athleticism. That time just nowhere to go. Bielema said the first time he realized that athleticism, he couldn't even see beyond the offensive line last year. Altmyer was going in for a touchdown. This time it's Fagan off the left side, and Fagan stopped up after a pickup of just 1. That is Kwiatkowski as well as Justin Whiteside, the 2 leaders at linebacker for the Chippewas, making the stop.
It's a big-time hit by Jordan Kwiatkowski right there, and Whiteside. Whenever you get Caden Fagan in a position where people have his legs and he stopped his forward momentum, that's when you want to make sure you deliver aggressive tackles to him.
So a 3rd and long for both offenses to begin. Altmyer, protection is great, plenty of time, fires, and this is caught for the 1st down. That is Franklin, who went to the ground to grab it in a pickup of 14. 23, and now he is with Illinois and one of their best on the outside. Altmyer scans, fires, another completion, and breaking a tackle on the outside is Colin Dixon, and making his way down the sideline for positive yardage, and that's Kwiatkowski again shoving him out. 2nd and 7, and a late shift from the Chippewas defensively. Hands it off to Fagan, and Fagan with a couple of defenders in his face is brought down. That's Caleb Spann. Beatty in motion across the formation. Altmyer, clean drop, taking his time, fires over the middle, and this is broken up, and that is Dante Kent there in coverage, the man we told you has NFL potential. Instead, they'll keep Altmyer and company out there. Altmyer, quick pass outside, complete, and picking up that 1st down is Zachary Franklin. 9 catches for 99 yards a week ago. Said he has brought maturity to that wide receiver room. How about Fagan? Fagan with a nice cut, taking it down inside the 15-yard line. That's Kwiatkowski who had to stop him from getting in the end zone. Keep Fagan in the pistol. Altmyer drops the pass. Altmyer wide open end zone, touchdown Illinois. It is Pat Bryant, the team captain, with the 11-yard touchdown grab. 12 plays, 59 yards, 6:25 off the clock. Take 2 in the same result, flying over the head of Marion Lukes, the head coach and offensive mind, and so he is overseeing that process. We'll explain as this drive goes along. Hand this one off and trying the left side of that offensive line for a few. Good push there by the offensive line that was able to get behind him and pick up 3. That is Miles Bailey. Harris, 2nd and 7. Labus has a completion. Nice route run on the outside by Chris Parker. Marion Lukes checks into the game at running back. Now they'll shift him down into the Wildcat. And Lukes awaits the snap, fakes it across the formation, takes it straight up the middle. Nice play design like we told you about. And the run game coordinator bring Temple, the tight end, in motion, hands it off. This is Lukes. Lukes able to break 1 tackle, and then he runs right into his offensive tackle that helps push him for that first down. So sometimes you need Bailey to come give you a little extra shove. A little shift on the outside. 3 wide receivers stacked to the left of Labus. Labus scans, fires another completion. It's Evan Boyd this time who will pick up a first down as the chains are moving, and Labus is starting to feel it offensively. Pick up a 13. And this is a ball-hawking secondary that he is going up against. Labus. Protection's good, has room to run. Labus pulls it down and scrambles. He slides, takes a hit anyway. Kind of a late slide inside the 25. Penalty markers fly on the spot, a couple of them. And that contact looked late from Rosiak, the team captain and linebacker, Dylan Rosiak for Illinois.
Yeah, Jack. They call him D-Rose. That looked like a little bit of a late slide to me as well. You got the referees right now kind of talking about it.
Personal foul, late hit with targeting. Defense number 28. Penalty is half the distance to the goal. Previous play is under further review.
So this would be a huge loss.
However, a personal foul late hit will still be enforced. Half the distance to the goal. It'll be 1st and 10, Central Michigan.
I think they got the call right.
Yeah.
I think that was good. Good job by this referee crew right here.
So the late hit will stand, but the late hit really was on the football. It was a pure shot. When you saw that slow-mo, he got that hand right on top of it.
He did.
What he does best.
He got the football out, and again, I used to hear defensive coaches all the time. The ball doesn't come out if you're unaware of it. You have to be aware of it. Dylan Rosiak, they call him D-Rose around the locker room. He's definitely ball aware.
Miles Bailey checks into the game at running back. 1st and 10 inside the 15 for the Chippewas. Handed off. Bailey with a nice stiff arm, and he carries this ball inside the 10. That is Rosiak. Marion Lukes checks back in at tailback from the pistol. Back into the Wildcat. Saw this earlier on the drive with success. Lukes fakes it, exact same play. Takes it backside this time and into the end zone. Flag is down. Hold signal is out, and this will go against Central Michigan. So the hole opened up beautifully, and maybe that's why.
During the run, holding, number 68 offense. 10-yard penalty. Repeat 2nd down.
Hold, though, will back them up. Now 2nd and 15. Labus taking his time. Now he's running backwards, trying to buy more time, and just throws it away. Labus from a clean pocket, quick pass to the outside, and just going to try to get his field goal kicker better positioning. That's Miles Bailey with the grab, working on Matthew Bailey. So Bailey and Bailey on the outside. The field goal unit trots out.
Yeah, a little Bailey on Bailey contact right there. Talk about Matthew Bailey, safety for Illinois. This kid is going to always be around the football. He's the aggressive enforcer in that secondary. Really good player.
It's Tristan Matson on for the field goal try. 0 for 1 last week. That was from the 40 to 49 variety, and this kick is good.
Oh my goodness.
In this season too, they look pretty good. 9 plays, 58 yards, 5:07 off the clock there for Central Michigan, and a 32-yard field goal is the result. And this is Matson who sends it over the head of Wilcher. They like the variety in the backfield.
Absolutely.
Do you agree with that approach? Big bodies, small bodies, speed, quickness, and just mixing it up with all three. Altmyer here. Altmyer scanning, running down the field, and a nice throw on the run and completion down the sideline. That is Pat Bryant, who already has a touchdown to his name, and now a nice grab over, working that sideline.
Just to show how comfortable Luke Altmyer is. Again, just a little fake. You're going to get a rollout here. But again, just watch how comfortable he is. He's just running out. Look at that throw, right on the money to Pat Bryant.
Pickup of 16, right back to the ground, and McCray up the middle. McCray inside the 40.
You got to take the football to the feet of your offensive lineman.
Now Altmyer looking deep. Altmyer right up on the ball, and this pass was dangerous. Looking for Franklin, but Dante Kent thought he was in position for an interception, and a penalty marker back right around where Altmyer let this football fly.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 58, Illinois. The foul was during a live ball. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot, first down.
Big, strong kid. That's his first penalty of the season.
Altmyer, quick pass outside, trying to work it into Franklin. It was on that back shoulder and unable to come up with it is Zachary Franklin.
At the big package for Illinois in the game.
Altmyer gives. This is Fagan. Fagan with a nice move. And then he is escorted out of bounds. Make that McCray. That was Josh McCray one more time with the carry. And a nice gain to set up a third down and doable. Altmyer pressured. Altmyer is dropped in the backfield. Elijah Ricard shot in like a rocket and dropped him for the sack. Loss of 9. Robertson on to punt, and Dante Kent back deep to receive, and he already has a punt return touchdown to his name on the season. Fair catch called for this time right there. B.J. Harris checks into the game at running back, and Harris fake it to him, flip it to the outside, and a nice completion down the sideline, and that is Nathan Vanterin. Labus, who has been in rhythm, stays in rhythm, and a huge shot put on right over the middle, and still down is Chris Parker. It was a direct hit after he grabbed that football, and he is still down on the field. Labus scanning, and this is a drop. Coming across the formation was Jesse Pruitt on to punt, and it is Hank Beatty back deep to receive. And Beatty has some room in front of him, and he's going to try the right side, and Beatty with a nice cut. Now he's still on his feet as he crosses the 40. Beatty now takes it inside the 40. A couple of nice cuts, nice patience, and a good return from Hank Beatty. Fagan to the other side of the formation. Fake it to him quickly and swing it to the outside. And working that sideline is Pat Bryant, and that is McKinney who shoved him out. Bring Colin Dixon across the formation, and a penalty marker is out. That's going to be movement on the offense.
Full start. Offense, number 85. 5-yard penalty, second out.
Now on a 2nd and 13. Altmyer. Altmyer with a completion. This is his running back in Fagan, and the DBs are going to have to deal with 250, and they do. That's McKinney. 3rd and 1, late shift into the pistol, and straight up the middle they will go with Fagan, who's trying to keep those legs churning. Stopped initially. Now the offensive line gets behind him to try and help. That was Geske with the last push. Altmyer to pass, fakes the quick screen, Now showing off some of that athleticism, and down he will go, able to evade the first, and that's McKinney on a secondary blitz who got there for a loss of 5. Altmyer gives, Fagan wrapped up in the backfield and dropped in the backfield. It's Michael Heldman who got a hand on him and would not let go.
Makes the tackle for a loss in the backfield.
Now on 3rd and long. Altmyer takes his time, fires, and a hit put on, but it's a drop first by Tanner Arkin, who had a chance to reel that in, and it's a low liner, and this kick is no good. It resulted in a touchdown called back for that hold. So just the 3 points on the board. Flip this ball out, and a quick hit, a quick stick put on. That's Kreutz, James Kreutz. First time playing in a cast, and he's figuring it out.
Oh my goodness, big time hit by James Kreutz, the younger brother of the starting center, okay? Josh Kreutz. Wow, what an explosive, aggressive tackle right there. Dad, Orrin Kreutz, played in the National Football League. Guy I played against when I played in the National Football League. That's a big time tackle.
He likes having that club on the right hand.
Oh, yeah.
2nd and 10. Man in motion is Williams. They flip it back again, trying to get it to the speedster and Davis. It's Solomon Davis who's able to find some good running room and get out near that first down line, set him up a yard shy.
Ruling on the field
Solomon
is that
Davis.
the runner was short of the line to gain.
There's Solomon right there. You got a ball coming this way, then he gets the reverse to go around the edge. He is the speed in this Central Michigan offense. You see him right there, but we talked about on the last drive, this Central Michigan offense, again, forcing this Fighting Illini defense to run side to side, having them guess where this football is going to be, and maybe you can get a gadget around the outside.
Luke's the tailback on a 3rd one, fake it to him and setting it up beautifully, and somehow able to bobble it back into his arms is Solomon Davis, who is just short on the reverse. Davis a couple of touchdowns back in game number 1, only 9 yards though last week, a big 4 yards right there to convert. And this off, it's Luke's who is met instantaneously, and Seth Coleman brings him to the ground for a loss of 2.
These edge players, especially Seth Coleman, they're having a day.
On a 2nd and 11, Labus makes one man miss. Now he completes it. This is out to his running back. It's Lukes, and Marion Lukes is making the case that he was not down yet. Lukes gets the ball, stopped right there at the line and driven backwards. Illinois defensively rises to this occasion.
Illinois' playmaker.
Offense stays on the field for a 4th and 2. Labus. Now Labus flush. Labus with pressure in his face. He's hit from behind, and it could have easily have been an interception. It's a nice field position coming out for Altmyer and company. That is Valentine, the freshman, at running back. Fake it to him, and to the outside. This is Pat Bryant, and Pat Bryant is spun down. That's McKinney making the tackle.
4-star recruit from a year ago.
Valentine with his opportunity. Did
He got
big
space.
things with that opportunity last week. Inside the 40 goes Valentine. So you've seen the size of Fagan.
And so when you're a defender, you have to approach these guys differently.
With some tempo. Straight up to the line and a completion to Valentine. 2nd and 4, flip it out for a reverse. This is Bryant, and Bryant is able to gain the edge. He tried to get there, but gave up so much ground in the process. It's Davis and Pace, Jonah Pace, 3 for 6 on 3rd down thus far. It's a 3rd and 5. Try the run game and forget about it. Central Michigan defensively by their leader who got there first. It's Jordan Kwiatkowski, the green dot and linebacker, that said no. Loss of 4. And that is the Olano that we know.
I think they're fortunate to still be in the league.
Maxolski will send it deep, and as he has done every time in this game, over the head of Marian Lukes. Labus will begin the drive by handing it off. And oh, it's a good fake by Labus. He keeps it himself after faking it to Bailey around the outside. He'll pick up 5 before he's escorted out of bounds. Now on 2nd and 5. Labus this time does hand it off, I believe, and in fact he does, and it's going to be a 3rd and 1. It's Dennis Briggs Jr. who makes the tackle to set up this 3rd down.
Now, if there's one thing for this Jim McElwain coach team, they do not want to give the ball back to Illinois before the half ends.
Straight up the middle, Bailey trying to get him their original spot. Looks like yes, and those sticks will move 1st down for Central Michigan.
They're creeping down, not really playing deep. You see them backing up a little bit now. They're going to have to make some plays on the outside.
Labus outside, quick completion. And that goes to Evan Boyd, and Evan Boyd steps out of bounds after a pickup of 6. Now on 2nd and 5, Labus, similar looking design, back to the sideline. It's Jordan Williams this time, able to stop that clock at 1:20 from midfield. Labus hands it off straight up the middle, huge gap opens up. This is Bailey who takes it inside the 20. Dialing it up with a nice play call. It's Lukes who checks in. Straight back to the ground game, and nothing there for Marian Lukes. 2nd and 9, 53 seconds to play, and still a couple of timeouts to work with for Central Michigan.
Here's that Wildcat formation again. Check out running to the left.
Wildcat has had success, and the Wildcat this time is swallowed up after a pickup of 3. That's Rosiak who made the tackle, Dylan Rosiak, and a timeout taken. Labus with pressure in his face, firing towards the end zone, and out of the back of the end zone, it will drift. Xavier Scott was there ready for another interception if it was inbound. Tristan Matson from 29 yards away after a nice drive out of Central Michigan to close out this half, and that kick is good. Back deep on the other side of it is Beatty. And it will not matter, as well as Wiltshire, content to let that ball drift back over their head. So it is 10-6, a couple of timeouts for Altmyer to work with. Now Altmyer escapes the pocket, eyes stay downfield, and out of bounds. The throw will go.
He's been okay with living to fight another day.
Altmyer taking his time. Plenty of time. Now steps up, delivers a beautiful pass straight down the middle of the defense, and this is reeled in by Pat Bryant. Now you're in business. That clock will stop momentarily. So now the field is flipped for the Fighting Illini. Altmyer back to the air and somehow catches his own deflection. Altmyer takes out the referee. What a wild play that was. And now you're going to have to use a timeout if you're Illinois.
See if this defense can hold Pat for halftime.
Altmyer pressured. Altmyer escapes it and fires the football toward the sideline, just efforting for an incompletion. He got one. Altmyer thought he was hit late. The referee will disagree. That's Michael Heldman who was in his face.
Got a 60-yard attempt.
So they're still feeling it with Olano, and a return man is back deep. A 59-yarder. They said he could hit from 60, and they weren't lying. Go ahead, David.
David Olano sends the Fighting Illini. Oh, that wasn't David Olano. That was Ethan Maxolski.
Oh, a little change there.
Little change up,
So
right?
they got a couple of guys that can hit from 60.
See what this first drive is going to look like for the Fighting Illini.
It will start with a touchback to the field for Illinois. And Altmyer starts with a play action. Quick one to the outside and a nice pass to begin the half. It's Zachary Franklin. Every big play, up tempo, back to the ball, snap it, and another completion. It's Dixon, and Dixon down the sideline. So first it's Franklin, right back to Colin Dixon, and the Fighting Illini are marching quickly.
Yeah, you see Colin Dixon who eventually gets the pass, but I want you to watch Pat Bryant right here. I believe this is Pat Watch him block two guys right here to spring his buddy to get wide open. Look at this right there. Taking two to help get the explosive pass play.
And this is Kreutz, who is now fired up. He got pushed backward right onto his backside. That's Ojugo, Pius Ojugo with the early shove.
Defense number 99, contact in the neutral zone. 5-yard penalty, first down.
Altmyer gives, this is Fagan, and Fagan hit a couple of times and dropped right there at the 20.
It's that kid Kwiatkowski again.
He's wide out to the left. Empty formation for Luke Altmyer. Altmyer right down the middle of the defense, and it's a completion to one of his favorite targets, and Bryant breaks free for the touchdown. Catch and run by Pat Bryant. Had one in the first half, and now another to start this second half of play. Illinois down the field with alacrity. Ethan Makzulski. The big leg is tried and true, and he sends this out of the back of the end zone. Labus gives Lukes off the right side. Lukes with a nice cut, then a nice spin to follow it. As he takes it out to the 29. You see what he's capable of. That's Akis. Labus back to Lukes, and a flag flies as Illinois' defense is giving up nothing.
See what the call is.
Holding, offense number 76. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Second down.
Labus, quick throw outside, complete, and nice cut down the sideline. That's Evan Boyd. Remember, they're playing today without Stephon Bracey Jr., who's been one of their best on the outside. Labus back to the air. Labus, and he is dropped for the sack, and that is the finest, the best on that defensive line for Illinois. It's Dennis Briggs Jr., the Florida State transfer. Labus gives up the middle and zero room to operate. Met and dropped immediately. It's Gabe Akis. So Seth Coleman and Gabe Akis holding down the edges and doing so beautifully. Labus hit, ball's loose, Illinois flying to it. And able to somehow get it back is Joe Labus. The pressure was there instantaneously.
Good pass rush by the Fighting Illini.
Chippewa on to punt. Beatty is back deep to receive. They say this punt, though, hit for that run game. Josh McCray checks into the game at tailback. Give goes to McCray, who broke one in that first half. This time there is zero room for him to operate. It's Jonathan Decker and company for a loss of 4.
Jonathan Decker, oh my goodness.
On 2nd and 14, slant. Altmyer with a slant that's wide open. This is Franklin, who spins out of one tackle and takes it out to the 40.
Again, what you're seeing from this Central Michigan defense out of Rob Akey, the defensive coordinator, a lot of zone, right? Because when you blitz, you don't want to leave your guys one-on-one with Zachary Franklin and Pat Bryant.
Big play, and back to the tempo, back to the air. This time it's Pat Bryant, so 2 of their best. First Franklin, now Bryant. Pick up a 23 to start, and now 14 out across midfield. Illinois goes.
Jacking the tempo of this Barry Looney offense.
Bryant, the man in motion. He left early whistles and a flag. He's trying to get a little head start with the shuffle step. A little bit too much of a head start.
I think he was about to get the ball right there,
offense,
Jack.
number 13. 5-yard penalty, first down.
So now on 1st and 15. Fake it to McCray. Altmyer keeping himself, see his speed. Now Altmyer just going to step out of bounds inside the 35 with a smooth and easy. We've seen it with the arm, then we saw it with his legs as he just pulled that one out of the belly of McCray. And it was all by himself down the sideline. Now we have pre-snap movement. We'll figure out which side it was as a penalty marker flies.
See Melvin Priestley, the right tackle, he's a little upset.
Prior to the snap, number 91 and 97 of the defense with abrupt movement, not part of a normal defensive shift. By rule, this is delay of game on the defense. 5-yard penalty, first down.
Altmyer, quick look over to the sideline as if he was going to change the play toward the end zone, and this is just a bit too far. Pat Bryant was trying to keep those feet in bounds and just couldn't, although it was close.
With every throw, every game, every win, this Fighting Illini
This
team
will
has.
help. McCray, space in front, blockers in front, rumbling inside the 10 and down to the 5. That's Jayon Jackson who saved the touchdown. Looking like a young Jason Kelsey. Back up to the line. McCray gets it. McCray met, and McCray maybe lost a yard. Run into the teeth of that Central Michigan defense.
Yeah, Dakota Cochran right there, stepping up, meeting the ball carrier in the hole right there, not allowing any forward progress. But this Fighting Illini offense, man, it's impressive. They've been able to push the ball downfield. They're going to be a problem on the outside with the wide receivers. This offensive line is getting to the second level. They're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Illinois looking to do a shift before the snap, and penalty markers in the
Full
air.
start, offense, number 72. 5-yard penalty, second down.
Altmyer to the air, looking back shoulder and trying to sneak one in. Great coverage over there. It's Franklin, the intended target. Dante Kent, the third goal now.
Scrappy kid, too.
Another whistle and more pre-snap movement.
Full start, offense, number 7. 5-yard penalty, third down.
It's the third false start on this drive. Altmyer, now Altmyer to the air, and he's looking for a third touchdown to Pat Bryant and just beyond him. That's Jackson, Jayon Jackson, who was there in coverage from 34. And Ronaldo loves it. Back deep, Marion Lukes for Central Michigan.
He won the job, though. Kid can spin it.
Labus down the sideline, man open, perfect ball from Labus. And inside Illinois territory goes Solomon Davis. Trips to the left, those wide receivers will stack. Labus keeps it himself, and Labus will pick up 3, maybe 4 with his legs. Alex Bray. Labus from the pistol, play action on the roll, has his tight end over there and able to keep those feet in bounds and work the sideline with some success is DeCorian Temple. Labus looks right. Now he's going to pull it down and run with it. Got space out in front, and Labus slides down inside the 30. Nice patience and a nice run by Labus. Labus fakes, drops, and fires down the middle. It is intercepted, picked off. Who else would it be? Xavier Scott, and Scott brings it out across the 25. The only player in the nation to force 3 turnovers in one game this season. A couple of picks, including the pick 6 last week. How about another?
That kid is somebody we're going to be looking forward to getting our hands on when he gets a chance on Sundays.
Here's Fagan, no room to run, but remember, he had that sack fumble to put the game away at the very end too against Kansas, so that was the 3rd takeaway, but he just sees the game so well. Anticipation is incredible, and his star continues to rise.
And again, it's not just Xavier Scott. This entire defense is that way, but Aaron Henry told us this week, I keep things simple, Mike Robb. I keep things so that these guys can play fast. Their playbook isn't huge. And when they see something, they go after the football.
Altmyer to Fagan. Fagan trying to break a tackle, and he's able to get it out to the 32, and that's Caleb Spann, who wouldn't let go.
See if Luke Altmyer can make him pay.
Altmyer just skipped it. And the Chippewas acting like this was a fumble. It is not. It's an incomplete pass.
Dante Kent, dangerous defender, also a dangerous return man. Already got a touchdown this year.
And Kent calls for the fair catch, so the interception still worthwhile.
A lot of places in America.
Hands it off, B.J. Harris. B.J. Harris sprints into that secondary you were just describing and picks up that first down, carrying defenders with him. It's Matthew Bailey who made the stop, and let's send it down to Caroline. That will really be sweet, and there was a competition. You could feel it. Labus keep it himself out across midfield. He will go. But do it as a coach. And I think it was the right idea. He's been a perfect fit here defensively. Now Labus trying to attack his defense, working the edges nicely and picking up a first down.
So happy for that guy.
And now dealing with the Wildcat one more time. This is the backup quarterback in Tyler Jefferson, the lefty, the southpaw who comes into the game, takes the snap. We've seen that formation a handful of times.
Who just had an amazing game, helped do an amazing game plan for Kansas last week. It's pretty cool to see.
And this off, trying the left side of that offensive line, who got good push. It's B.J. Harris, who eventually runs into the arms of Matthew Bailey. Now can they come up with a stop on a 3rd and 5? Labus fakes it, fires, incomplete, thought he was held, and he was. Couple of penalty markers in the air. Jordan Williams, who was grabbed. It's Miles Scott who was there in coverage.
Yeah, Miles Scott right there. Just got a little handsy hand on that back hip. Again, a lot of in-breaking routes make it tough for the defender to get to the football, because then you have to go through.
Defense number 20.
That's T-Strain.
Spot of the foul. Automatic first down.
Here at Illinois, and they were saying when our guys go to the NFL, they don't just go to the NFL, they start in the NFL. Labus trying to get this offense moving and has a completion. This time it's Pruitt, and Pruitt picks 6, maybe 7. Now Joe Labus on a 2nd and 4. Easy access throw and just put it a bit too far. Jordan Williams, the intended target, couldn't find him. It's 3 of 9 on 3rd down thus far. Labus hands it off, run for it. Oh yeah, pick up the first down and more. It's B.J. Harris rumbling into the secondary inside the 10. He will go. Keep B.J. Harris in the game. Labus looking toward the end zone, firing towards the end zone. Double coverage is there, and still almost able to sneak a throw between them. That's his tight end and Temple, Corian Temple, intended target. Now on 2nd and goal, Labus keeps it. Labus towards the end zone and broken up again. It's Miles Scott there getting a hand in between. Labus rolls toward him, firing, trying to sneak one into the end zone and cannot find his intended target. So chip shot opportunity for Tristan Matson, and Matson is true. Tristan Matson sent it deep, and Tristan Matson with a little trickery. And Matson unable to get on top of it. Almost tried to just sneak it into himself. We saw Pat McAfee do that at one point in time, and boy was it a beaut when he did. Just needed to get to it.
Little surprise onside kick. You can still do this in college. I want our viewers to understand that. Again, great job by Illinois recovering this football.
And a flea flicker to begin. Back to Altmyer. Altmyer looking deep, and now just going to run for it and pick up 6. Make it 7. And it's a heavy set for Illinois.
There it is right there, the big guy.
Valentine, the tailback. Valentine has some speed, and he shows it off. Inside the 20 he goes. That is why they are excited about the freshman. Said he doesn't say a word. All he does is ball.
All he does is ball.
Pickup of 22 for Valentine. He gets a break. Here is McCray. And Josh McCray, maybe a yard or 2. That's Jonah Pace there to meet him. So 3 plays, 3 different running backs, and this is the big body. Fake it to him. Altmyer looking toward the end zone. Altmyer lofts one, contact in the end zone. Penalty markers are out. Dante Kent in coverage. He looks like the guilty party is looking for Malik Elzy.
Pass interference. Defense. By rule, the ball is placed at the 2-yard line. First down.
Couple of tight ends out there. Give it to Fagan. He walks into the end zone. Try the onside kick. Ricochet right in your eyeball. Illinois straight down the field for the touchdown and putting a nail into it.
A lot of Fighting Illini.
Just 4 plays, 46 yards.
Especially if you're not sure if your defense is going to be able to stop Illinois, you have to figure out a way to steal a possession. I'm okay with what Jim McElwain did.
Start the drive with Nari Biggins in the game at tailback. Line him up in the pistol. Couple of wide receivers to the right side of Labus. And Labus gives and spun down immediately. That's Barna, Joe Barna, coming in to make the tackle. On 2nd and 10, hand it off, just trying to get something positive, and another good play made defensively. Alex Bray, handful of teammates join him. It's Miles Scott there to combine. Labus, gotta have it to the air. Coverage is good, throw not so good. 4th down.
It's great coaching.
So Jim McElwain thought about it. Instead, he will send the punt group out. This is Chippewas, who sends it deep, and Beatty back deep to receive. We've seen some of his skills as a return man this time, just out to the 28.
Not Caden Fagan. You look at that big 250-pound man. He's thick everywhere. As you see Valentine right now getting the ball, the young freshman. His ability to pick him up, put him down, be quick in short area spaces, that's what I see out of a Caden Fagan.
This is Valentine, and Valentine is going to be stopped up short of that line to gain and bring up a 3rd down and short. It's Kwiatkowski as well as Cochran there to get him on the ground. Pick up with just 2.
Josh McCray, another one of those bigger guys. Jordan Anderson, another big guy. You got Lawfery, he's more of a scat back. Again, different body types to present different bodies to the defense.
There's been plenty of pre-snap
Full
movement.
start offense, number 64. 5-yard penalty, still 3rd down.
Now on 3rd and 7. They bring McCray up very tight to the line of scrimmage, and this is a completion. It's Hank Beatty, and Beatty picks up the 1st down, the punt returner for a young guy. I mean, that's high praise.
Very high praise from Coach Bilma, comparing Khalil to a James White. And one of the great things I've always thought about James White, Jack, oftentimes there's daylight.
They say he didn't even get here early. He wasn't even an early enrollee guy, but by the time he was there in the summertime, they already knew that they had something special. Altmyer on the roll. Altmyer delivers. And that's Ashton Hollins, who had his hands all over the football and dropped it.
Yeah, Ashton Hollins, he's the fastest wide out for this Illinois offense. You know, he wish he would have had that pass back, got the drop. And you just know they're mature enough to handle the moment. Khalil Valentine's one of those kids.
Illinois trying to put the game away, put it into the arms of Valentine, who crosses midfield. Robertson just smokes one out of the back of the end zone. Wanted to show off his leg too. He said, hey, it's not just Makrowski. I got a boot too as well. So he is just one of those guys that finds the ball in that secondary.
Yeah.
Good quarterback in the game, and Tyler Jefferson for Central Michigan. Although we did see him in the Wildcat, Jefferson with the completion.
Yeah, Tyler Jefferson. I got to correct you right there, Jack. It's not Wildcat when it's a quarterback.
That's a good point.
You know what I'm saying?
It was the fake Wildcat.
It was the fake Wildcat. There you go. See Tyler Jefferson right there rolling to his left. Lefty quarterback. See if he can push the ball downfield and find some space. But I want to go back to Miles Scott a little bit. You talk about his wide receiver background giving him an advantage on the defensive side of the ball. I played with a guy that was the same way in Seattle. Richard Sherman, who turned into a pretty nice defensive back in the National Football League.
It's JoJo Hayden making the stop on Tyler Jefferson. Now a 3rd and 5 under 3 minutes to play. And Jefferson delivers, nice pass, B.J. Harris. Harris breaks a tackle and crosses the 45.
B.J. Harris on the catch.
Loudest stadium in the NFL?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, I played there as a opponent.
Big hit, too. Nice completion, huh? Tyler Jefferson coming into the game and delivering. That's the tight end, and Gavin Harris, who took the shot and held on to it anyway.
Yeah, Gavin Harris, 6'3", 250 pounds. It's a big kid. Made a nice catch right there. You see Ty Jefferson throwing the ball high, so just his big tight end can get the football and takes the big hit.
Straight up the gut and finding some green turf to run through. That's Joe Barnett, who eventually made the tackle on B.J. Harris.
Yeah, B.J. Harris, I think he's earning a little bit more playing time this week. He's been running the ball hard, running it efficiently, caught the ball out of the backfield well today. He's earning himself more time in the backfield.
So this will be a couple of tough ones. FIU last week for Central Michigan. That was 52-16. Now they come in here, tough road test at Illinois. It'll be 30-9 unless they can find some more points before the end of this game. Flip it into the Wildcat. They've been having fun with this formation and picking up a first down with Biggins.
That one was the Wildcat right there, Jack. That really was the running back in Biggins. Running the football through the A-gap. This time it hit on the right side. The previous times it was hitting on the backside. But you look at this Central Michigan team, I think they ran upon a team in the Fighting Illini that just from a talent standpoint just had a little bit too much. I think they're going to surprise some teams in the Big Ten this year.
Drops, pressured, Jefferson escapes, and then he is hit hard by a couple of defenders, including Barna, who has been active on this series defensively. Just 22 ticks remain coming up for the Fighting Illini. They're going to get themselves into conference play. Nebraska, Penn State, a couple of road games headed their way. Then Purdue and Michigan back at home, and then at Oregon. So it's been a great start, a smooth start. Get a win over a ranked team and out of conference play, but conference play awaits. The 3-0 Fighting Illini roll on.
It's a solid win for Brett Belma and this Fighting Illini team, coming off an emotional win last week.